now. And just because of the way this was shot, we're looking now at the campus in Bhopal. And we're actually looking at the building which is itself the National Administrative Center. And I think as we look at this building, we think, thank you, Ike, very much. Isn't it beautiful? It feels so fantastic there. It actually felt to us just like the Brahmastan, in that one really wanted to just transcend. But also, it was a place where it was extremely easy to work. And Girishji has organized there when people come, and he has rooms for the Prime Minister and like that for all Maharajas, Rajas and ministers when they come. Beautiful marble rooms with internet access and quite good telephone service and fantastic feeling there. So this is that same campus. We're looking at different angles of it. Ike Ji, at Maharishi's feet, designed the whole thing to be perfect. It's so solid when you see it. You feel like it's invincible. And so these beautiful gates, and then with the areas around and the play fields. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a ding, ding, ding of a bell. And then at that point, one hears the students gathering, and they gather for a program. And if video wouldn't mind, if we could just stop for 1 minute, if we could pause the video. I wanted to just remind everyone of what we know already, which is what a Maharshi Vidya Mandir is. This is their program of how they start. They start the day with Vandana, Guru Param Stotra, which is Na Guru Or Adhikam, Na Guru Or Adhikam. And the reason for that, I won't read all the points, but it's importance of the program because there is no one greater than the Guru, and therefore we bring the Vedic masters to our awareness at the start of the day. And then there's puja to Gurudev. There's the sankalp of the day, the specific sankalp of that. And again, at another time, if it's all right, I'll come back and go in much more detail into all the purpose, which all the students study, why they do everything. And then, of course, they do Nadi Vigyan, Pranayam, their transcendental meditation and TM City program, Rasayan Pan and Navagraha Shanti, which is understanding the relationship of the cosmic counterparts to their own life, and then immediately after that, self-pulse reading again, and then, inspired by His Majesty, Maharaj Adiraj Rajaram, locating Ved and Vedic literature in the human physiology. And then the various charts of the vision of total knowledge, the vision of Atma, Atma to Ved to Vishwa to Brahm. And then again a vision of the cosmic counterparts. And then enlivening Atma, the fulfillment of the Constitution of India, which, as the Prime Minister perfectly reminded us of yesterday, we know that they must be reading the text and also the footnotes. And then they go into different parts of Maharishi's Vedic knowledge, the ocean of knowledge which is pulsating in the life of everyone. That's the first period every day of a Maharshi Vidya Mandir. And those 85,000 students surely must be among the most fortunate students that could ever have been on the face of the earth. And if one would wonder why I would say among the most fortunate and not the most fortunate, because later I'd like to come back to the supremely fortunate young Brahmin students, Vedic Pandits, in the different campuses all across India. So if we could please continue now video with the video where we left off. So we're looking at a plan of this particular campus. This is one campus, and it's a campus that is particularly beautiful, but by no means unique. When the mother of the domain and I were driving up to Ayodhya on a beautiful road, by the way, and we would look to the left, and all of a sudden I'd call out to Arlene that, "Do you see over there, what's that beautiful golden building?" And she'd say, "No, what is it?" And I said, "Look at the sign. It would say Maharshi Vidya Mandir." And then another 20 kilometers, we'd pass another one. And I would think must be in Ayodhya, because we must have them in Ayodhya. But then another 30, 40 kilometers, on it would go like that. And the stories of how Girishji established these Vidya Mandirs, they're so heartening in every corner of India. And Maharshi wanted it that every language group, every area, every community, including in some of the Muslim communities, where people had said to Girish, we'll never let you buy land here. We couldn't possibly do that. We don't understand quite what this knowledge is. And in quite an aggressive way would be an understatement. And Girish said, I'm just going ahead and doing it. And now those schools are completely full with enormous waiting lists. And every day those students and their parents practice Maharishi's technology of consciousness. So one of the plans that we're coming out from India with is that we'd like to double the number of schools. And we're working with the Minister of Trade and Commerce of the global country of world peace, Dr. Larry Croman, who has taken on that in 2 or 3 areas, we'll talk about some of them in a minute if time allows, to make sure that we have that opportunity, because if we have the resources, these schools are self-sufficient, they make money, means that they're not a drain on the movement, and they produce enlightened students. So we have 85,000 students. Why not have 185,000 students? Why not have 1.8 million students of our own schools in marble buildings graced by Maharishi's knowledge every day?
In those 7 buildings, one is administrative and the other all 6 are schools?
2 are administrative and the other 5 are schools. Right there. And we're not seeing in front, I can't quite see, there, I think now we're seeing there's a university there as well in front. And the university has specific programs. So this is an overall center of educational excellence, and it's designed really to be a prototype for our programs across India. And it was so wonderful to see these flags everywhere raised.
It's just outside Bhopal, is it? Not far?
It's in Bhopal. Bhopal is a beautiful city. It's called the City of Lakes. There was a great king, King Bhoj, who 1,000 years ago is still revered. And really, it was not a very prosperous area, but he brought the knowledge of total natural law. And so it's very interesting that in that place, we're going to be looking in a minute at a bunch of other campuses and schools there. And so this is part of Bhopal, but Bhopal is quite a big spreading city. Just again, when all of us are thinking what we can do, when Girish was given the charge by Maharshi Ji to start Maharshi Vidya Mandirs, he said, Maharshi, I'm brahmachari. I'm not really experienced in schools for children. If we can just stop for 1 second, please. Pause. Please pause the video. Thank you. So he said to Maharshi Ji that, it would be great to have schools, but maybe there's someone better. And Maharshi Ji said to him, no, why not you do it? And Girish Ji said, Maharshi, I have a few other things to do. Maybe someone else could do it, and maybe they would do it better. And Maharshi said, but maybe you. And he said, Maharshi, it would be my joy to do it. How should I do it? And so what he did was, because there really wasn't a plan, he had one of his own houses, and he started all this that we're seeing. This is one campus of 4 or 5 major campuses of schools in Bhopal alone. He started in one of his own homes with 6 or 7 students and found a teacher. And that was the beginning of why there is Vidya Mandirs across all of India. It's just a tremendous inspiration to see it, and actually to go to look at some of these homes, one thinks that he had the courage to start and do it, and then the glory that what's come out. It's just fantastic. So we're going to jump ahead now. We'll come back and look at another school in a minute, but if we could go ahead, please continue. The video can continue. And now we're looking at, because this happens to have all been shot in Bhopal, and so on this particular day we went, and we're looking at the beautiful Peace Palace that was created. And this was really an unedited video. This gives a sense of the detail. Isn't it beautiful? Of course, it's all marble, and it's extremely reasonable in cost. This will form, this type of construction, this plan is planned to be the basis of Vastu colonies. Imagine people in India having this home, people doing this. And for Ike and Roger, it was so fulfilling to see it now done. Look at the glass work and all this. So in the middle of Girishji organizing, now we've just talked about schools. We haven't talked about the Brahmastan or health or defense. In the middle of this, he's organized the colors, the ceiling. We're not seeing some of this. The almiras. Every possible part has been thought, what type of wood, how the kitchens work, how much space should be, so that in each city people could come and see this. And also across India, this will be the peace palaces that we create.
How big is it?
I think this is about 8,000 square feet, maybe 8 to 10,000 square feet. I should know.
So it's a peace palace, is it?
This is a peace palace, and this will actually be...
in it to run a Maharshi Invincibility Center.
It's organized to be able to do that. In this case, Maharshi Ji's idea, when he saw the plans and it was so beautiful, he felt that Girish should live there, and it organized from there. It's so powerful in its Vastu, and as we're going to see in a minute, then Maharshi said, so beautifully as you would think, what more could we do? We should have Vedic pundits there. So we'll see they're now adding mandaps. So
Where is this?
this is in Bhopal, and so the mandaps are in front of the house, and we should see them in a minute. This is not quite finished in the main Brahmastan of the second floor. There'll be this beautiful, and everyone was drinking in that knowledge, and out of that came a whole plan under the blessings of those two leaders to have on an ongoing basis to make sure that the Vedic pundits always and always have, in addition to their performances, all of Maharshi's beautiful tapes that he's made for them and all his knowledge courses that he's made for them. And that's been organized, and it's going to be just fantastic. And they loved it. And then also our great leaders arranged a meeting for the acharyas to go through in great detail their programs and what was happening and what more they could do. That level of care and concern and just greatness of organization made me feel absolutely fulfilled. I also wanted to show, please go ahead now if we could continue with the video. You'll notice that we're looking at that outside now of the telepresence suite, so we're just coming out of it. And now, which works just as it does here. These are these new buildings, which are these administrative centers, administrative homes, and they're designed to be, could be upstairs and downstairs as an office, upstairs, say, a private residence, downstairs an office, and these will be finished just like we saw the home in Bhopal. So it's the exact same layout, same plan, same air conditioning, same marble, everything. You can see it's starting to come together. These are about 2.5 months from being finished. And so there's 5 of those. And Girish is explaining in response to our endless questions to him with infinite patience. He's describing the detail, and he had the builder come and talk. And as you probably know about Girish, if a wall is a little bit out, he has the bulldozer come and knock it down, and they start all over. There's no let's fix it, oh, I can fix it. It's let's do this right. It's really well done. So this is just, again, one part of the campus. And this will be the administrative center, and people will be coming to stay here from all over the world. And when people aren't there, then also Girishji will have some of his senior administrators living there as well. Endless buildings, endless construction, endless feeling of bliss. Also, I was very happy to see the Vastu fences around all the properties, the level of finishing and attention to detail, that this was Maharshi Stapachyaveda, and that with the great blessings of the Indian leaders, and I must say, with great pride, I'd like to say, with the tremendous focus of Aiki Ji and Roger Ji, that when we all see them, we should always remember to thank them, because this didn't happen it didn't happen at this part of India.
Raja.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we're now seeing the Raja homes in the mango grove. So
That was the little pond there?
that was the pond in front. Yes. So, thank you. Now we're looking at, these are part of the 70 buildings going up. The Purusha campus. Truckloads of marble coming in. And still, the thought was, what better can we do? For example, can we make the windows, can we make them better? How does the windows match the quality of the floor? Marble floors, can we have windows that are elegant and yet still cost-effective? Because, excuse me, on another family chat, I'd like to go through the finances. There won't be time tonight. But to really understand what has been done with what money, all the donors should understand the rigor and the incredible attention to detail. Maharishi Ji, from his side, every penny that went into here was very well spent. The quality of the roads, the quality of the culverts, the quality of the floors, everything. And yet at the end of the day, I asked actually Girishji to please confirm the numbers that he had said to me. I said, I don't think you made, here's our friend the cow. This is a Gujarati cow.
Gujarati or Rajasthan?
Excuse me, Rajasthan cow. Thank you. And so we're talking about how they come. Actually, transportation for these cows is as much as actually purchasing them. There's laws in India about how many cows can be on a truck and how
เทศโลกาสันติรัฐประเทศแห่งโลกสันติแห่งจิตสำนึกพร้อมมัน
Iedereen is mijn familie in het land van wereldvrede, waar Raadsraam regeert. Il paese globale per la pace nel mondo, per l'intera umanità. Vishva Shanti Rashtra Hai, global country of world peace. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, all the world is my family. بلد كوني بالسلام العالمي، رجرام الملك الأولي. Let us meet together, talk together, let our minds apprehend the light. Come and be the prayer, come and be your thoughts, and come and be the wishes of your heart. Let us meet together, talk together, let our minds apprehend the light. Come and be the prayer, come and be your thoughts, and come and be the wishes of your heart. And come and be the wishes of your heart. And come and be the wishes of your heart. Let us meet together, talk together, let our minds apprehend the light. Come and be the prayer, come and be your thoughts, and come and be the wishes of your heart. Let us meet together, talk together, let our minds apprehend the light. Come and be the prayer, come and be your thoughts, and come and be the wishes of your heart. And come and be the wishes of your heart. And come and be the wishes of your heart.